Okay, so Sad Story of Henry, 1953 plot. Just gonna read what it says. An adaptation of The Sad Story of Henry aired on BBC in 1953. The episode flopped as the locomotives were controlled very poorly, and at one point, locomotive even derailed and a giant hand had to put it back on the rails. Okay, so season 4 and 5 whistle error. During the fourth and fifth season, they pretty much didn't care anymore, and it was very common to engines to have completely wrong whistle. Okay, let's see if there's any others. Yeah, that's right. Season 1. The reboot, season 25, that particularly changed the art style and audience of the show. Okay. Altered titles. Titles in the US and UK for some episodes have been altered to either match technology. Just wanted to see something. Sorry. So yeah, oh wait, best friends. 12 episode best friends. Well, not the best episode, it's more tolerable when it is placed after the events of Thomas Percy and Nicole. Yeah, just fixing up some stuff. Early narrations. Michelangelo's narration of season 3 and 4 episodes that were redubbed. Duck was planned for the STEAM team. Yeah, I guess. I just told you. Atomics. N-scale electric. Yeah. The N-scale electric line. I know. Everybody knows this. Yeah, face masks could be changed. Diapet made Thomas toys. Fergus's severely damaged models. When Fergus pushes Bill and Ben out of the way in the avalanche, and Bill, Ben, and Fergus's model was severely damaged. Reverend Wilbur Audrey's Thomas models. Reverend Wilbur Audrey had a model railway that was numerous models from the railway series books he wrote. Thomas has a J50. Yeah, I just said it. Creepy troublesome truck and haunted hen. A weird face mask for one of the troublesome trucks in Haunted Henry. Look at it. Look at that. Also appeared in season 4. One-off characters. So, let's see. Billy, Hank, Neville, Dennis, Gruff. I guess. Arthur, I'm going to point out. Murdoch, I'm going to say. Oh, okay. There's just too many. Blue, Donald, and Douglas. After the events of the deputation, Donald and Douglas painted NW or blue. This only happened in the railway series. I'd like to show you something. Okay, so from this one scene, you can see a Donald/Douglas model, but it has a blue speck on it. Very interesting. Were they originally going to make them blue? Okay, let's see. Faulty Whistles is an adaptation of Mike's Whistle. Let's see what this says. Mike whistles so hard his whistle flies off. Same thing happens to Duncan and Faulty Whistles, meaning it was likely a loose adaptation of the story. Wood Frankie. A model of Wooden Frankie was never made. Red Engine, Sad Story of Henry, railway series. Sad Story of Henry, a red engine tries to push Henry out of the tunnel. Audrey says this was James at first. He should have been black at the time, so Audrey decided it was a different engine altogether. Railway series exclusive characters with merchandise. So like Wilbur, 16 Goldie, Bell Engines, Jock, Ivo Hugh, Frank, yeah, those people. Big City Engine, go on for days. Monkey Whistles, widely regarded as the worst episode of all time. Thomas the Magic Railroad, Thomas's voice actor changed. Thomas's VA in Tadmore was changed due to the test audience. The voice sounded too old. Special coach identity. For a while, people theorized the special coach was a Red Express coach. After production photos were found, it confirmed the special coach was simply an orange coach, like Annie and Clarabelle. Prototype models. Come on, work. Okay, I need to focus. Pilot Thomas and Gordon's models look very different. Mr. Conductor's Thomas Tale, spin-off of Shining Time Station. Stephanie's disappearance from Drayton Man. Stephanie mysteriously disappeared from the Discover Thomas and Friends exhibition in Drayton Manor. Tanky, a term that almost no one uses anymore. First to a member of the Thomas and Friends fandom. Thomas the Jet Engine, Thomas the Jet Engine. Very well known episode by fans due to it having very well written comedy. Stuart and Falcon. Randall appears Sam's previous names when they worked on the railway with Duke. Squash Inlet. It was originally portrayed with a Scottish accent, but for whatever reason this was changed. Trackmaster Push Along. Okay, anyway. Yeah, I guess I just said it. Okay, so Green Thomas. Thomas originally sported a green livery before being painted to NWR blue. Tom's Adventures. Tom's Adventures was a pre-push along. Mark Morgan. Mark Morgan was a narrator for the CGI series. Black James. James was originally painted black prior to his accident involving his wooden brake logs. The word fat in the U.S. stuff. In the U.S., the word fat was only percent tender in turntables. It was also said in Tom's the Magic Railroad, but it was the same in the U.S. and U.K. 2 cheers for Thomas, hooray for Thomas. Final episode of Season 7, ending the classic of the show. William Tell Overture Runaway Theme. Variation of the Runaway Theme that incorporates elements of the classic song, William Tell Overture. This theme was used 30 times in Season 5, with basically going backwards. Season 6 with Thompson Judge. Season 7 with Ace and the Roller Coaster. Only in the UK, as Season 7 is the new era music in the US. Bachman Thomas model and Ant-Man. An HO scale model of Thomas was used in the movie Ant-Man. There's also a scene that used his large scale model and custom face masks was created to keep consistency with the HO scale's face mask. Pierce Brosnan. The narrator in the Great Discovery. Planned to narrate season 12, but his recordings were cut short. Bring back Michelangelo and Michael Brandon. The Fat Controller versus the Fat Director. Farmers War at Mavis. Episode Mavis. The narrator says an angry farmer was telling Mavis just what to do with her train. That may be implying a farmer was making for a vulgar, disrespectful comment. Yeah. That's the one. Anyways. Lego Duplo, Thomas and Friends. It's a range. Mega Bloks. Basically just the same thing. Educating Gordon Day. A quote from the episode Tender Inches after Duck teases Gordon replies with, "Pah! What's this? Educating Gordon Days?" Some fans placed this day on April 1st. Circus busy theme. The theme that was only used in the Season 4 episode Henry and the Elephant is a combination of the busy theme and the song Entry of the Gladiators by the Julius aka the circus music. Henry splitting water. Only occurred in season... Oh, spitting. I thought it said splitting. Only occurred in season 5 episode Something in the Hair, in which Henry had a mechanism and okay, I can't read. Shivering mechanism. In the new era of the show, several characters had mechanism that allowed them to shiver and was typically used when characters were startled. Squash Dims! Noel Jameson on Scottish engine. Michelangelo gave him a Scottish accent and so much. Serves you right? I guess like that. Take that! Okay. Troublesome truck with Bulstrode's face. The season 8 episode Fish Before the Crash, a troublesome truck is seen with Bulstrode's face. Moo! And bullseyes. There's a scene where a bull makes a moo sound, which did startle a few people when they were kids. Gordon's jump scare and haunted Henry. Yeah. Self-explanatory. Joan Miller voices the queen. She did that. The worst one of all. The bubble loader. Nobody likes that one. Unused joke. It says an unused jovial face mask that was only ever used in building the new line. On-screen deaths. There have only been 2 times a character died on screen. Spiteful Breakman was destroyed, heavily implied to have died. Rusty's ghost engine. Duncan gets spooked, depending if you agree with it or not. The buried truck. The buried truck, a person that writes an official Thomas Friend story, such as Spiteful Jester and James's special coach. Rosie's cameo roles. From the 17th to 19th series, not counting season 20 where she didn't appear at all, Rosie had no speaking roles. Therefore, she was reduced to cameo roles. Thomas's large-scale model and Gordon Takes Charge. The season 8 episode, Gordon Takes Charge, is the large-scale model of Thomas when he interacts with the Packins and is seen. Maybe we'll be able to do this. Okay, let me pause. I think we'll be able to do it. Unused face masks. Tons of face masks for different characters were unused. Lady's life-sized prop. Life-sized model of Lady that fell into despair and later began to be restored. Flying Scotsman and Tender Engines. Flying Scotsman appeared in the episode Tender Engines. However, it was only his 2 tenders. Planned to have a bigger role in the episode, but budgeting didn't allow his full model to be made. Bertram connection with Smudger and Duke. Bertram's model is a repainted version of Duke's model with Smudger's face. Pinchy canceled Conclede under Diesel 10's roof. Oh yeah, came under Diesel in concept art. That's what they're trying to say. Concept art. Diesel 10's claw was going to be under his roof. Thomas's elderly face. A face mark made as a joke to David Mitton sometime during the production of season 4. Supposedly, this had David Mitton on the floor from left. Okay, that's just hilarious. Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventure. Season 3 episode Thomas Percy's Christmas Adventure was changed and shortened to Thomas Percy's Mountain Adventure. Fit the Thanksgiving thing, the Shining Times Station episode, which it appeared in. Some re-release of the episode had an error with the audio being... Yeah, I guess. Splatter and Dodge in Day of the Diesel. Splodge was intended to appear in Day of, but were cut from the final move. I really wanted to make it to this one. He passed the elderly Thomas face. Timothy was an E2 like Thomas, possessed by a ghost. He crashed off an unfinished fire truck, killed his passengers and crew. Save Churro's dummy model. Save Churro model appears in Gordon the Famous Fisher. Had no motor. This is likely why there was never footage of him moving. Slur and Henry Sneeze. So the railway series story, Henry Sneeze had a okay. Yeah, I'll just have you read that. Yeah. 9462 and 87546. Two engines that appeared in an average day out. They were very rude engines and left the railway after the events of the story 9462 and 87546. After the events of the story. 9462 and 87546 are often referred to by fans as Alfred and Croven, respectively. CGI Billy. Though was originally intended to appear in the CGI series, was replaced by Charlie. Rules and regulations, and that's what friends are for. Rules and regulations, and that's what friends are for. Music videos composed for them. While we don't know why rules and regulations was cut, we do know that's what friends are for was cut for being too emotional, too strict. Anyways, this is on a CD, so yeah. This is on anything except YouTube. We had the audio, but not the thing. Spider basically died. This one just is funny. What is this one? Pink. Theories. Yes, theories. Oh yeah, I almost forgot this one. Tugs and Thomas are set in the same universe. A theory that the two shows were in the same universe while there's only overlap. It's likely not the case. Arthur was originally Clarence. Arthur's name was going to be Clarence. Smudger basically dies. Smudger was turned into a generator and the railway closed. We know that Duke was found and restored, but we never learned about Smudger's fate. Yeah. Tadmer isn't canon. There are so many continuity issues in Tadmer that were never followed up upon, making it almost set in the stone that the movie isn't canon and the TV series. Why Martin Sherman quit voicing Thomas? Martin Sherman quit voice acting Thomas due to feeling he wasn't being treated fairly enough. Hara Railway Museum in Japan that has official TV series models on display. Derek was never named in the TV series. Derek was never named in the TV series. He was just referred to as the new Diesel. Wooden Rex. After Soder's Lincoln Lost Treasure, Wooden Mike and Bert model were made. Strangely, Rex's was omitted. Faceless engines. Faceless, come on. The railway series has numerous engines with no faces. What's odd is that these engines are still able to... Oh god. Five Nights at Thomas's. A fan-made FNAF parody involving Thomas the Tank Engine. Michael Brandon's inconsistent accents. One thing that Michael Brandon gets a bad rep for is his inconsistent voices. He often gives characters unfitting accents, often southern ones, and may even use two different voices for the same character in the same episode. That's funny. The Unlucky Tug. Okay, come on, Unlucky Tug. I liked your videos. Okay. I didn't mean to do that. Content creator that makes various videos about characters, stories, and other things about the series. Clarabelle's new friend. A magazine story about Annie and Clarabelle having a falling out. Story's novel for having a fan made. Duncan gets spooked. An episode known for being well written, borderline creepy. Tom Saves the Day / Thomas the Breakdown Train. Episode that began James's 3-episode character arc. It also introduces Annie and Clarabelle as Thomas's new coach and introducing him to his brainstorm. Rusty and the Boulder, an episode that is either loved for its action or despised due to its lack of realism. I love it. Mike's Whistle Tit for Tat and really useful engines. The first railway series adaptation since Wind That Bike in season 4. DVDs packed with Thomas Wooden Railway models. Some DVDs came with the Wooden Railway model packed in it. Thomas Minis. Oh, yeah, it's a range. I don't know. I'd be surprised if you didn't have. First episode of season 5 and the first episode not to be based Railway series story nor a magazine story. 2.5. I don't know. It's a nice fan-made movie. I really like it. Go watch it if you haven't already. Thomas Wood redesign. 2022, there's a redesign for the Thomas Wood line toys that has a fans optimistic. Rails first, ballast after. Rails first, ballast after. Joke from SLOOTLT. When making a model railway, you put the track first, followed by ballast, as opposed to vice versa in real life. Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventure audio issue. Some DVDs that have Thomas and Percy's Mountain Adventures have errors where either the audio is designed due to a scene that was cut or the audio is correct. The scene in which Thomas Percy talked about Santa Claus in the U.S. version isn't cut. Why? It's just hilarious. Thomas HD Classics Termination. Thomas HD Classics was a YouTube channel that had HD versions of every single model series episode, both US and UK, as well as the early narrations and the 2 full model specials. The channel was terminated by Mattel. I hate Mattel! Piece of Jakey. Piece of Jakey makes Thomas friends memes. Examples: can you spare a coat? Henry, what are you doing? And Thomas and Percy sell chocolate. Our first theme is based off The Great Escape. First theme is based off a theme from the 1963 film The Great Escape. Time for Travel was planned for season 2. This is less well known, but similar to Percy's Promise, it was pushed to season 3. Cedric and Afro. A musician that makes accurate recreations of Thomas OST. Those making custom songs, for example, in our first theme park, for the Buried Truck's Playful Jester story. Blue Train with Friends. Come on. Lesser known, but still well-made Roblox Thomas Friends game has a very soft and basic art style. No. Series 7, Michael Brandon dubs with original music. Many people probably know about the Michelangelo's US dubs of season 7. But people don't seem to acknowledge the season 3 season 7 episodes featured on the Thompson Jet Engine and Other Adventures DVD/VHS. This collection of episodes had a few season 6 episodes, as well as 3 season 7 episodes narrated by Michael Brandon Jr. and Mike's music. Those episodes are Harold and the Flying Horse, Salty Storm Tail, and Bulgy Rides Again. Blue, Greens, Silver Team. An episode in Baba Arrow, which teams invasions of different colors of different engines, get syntax and painted in those colors. Okay, so yeah, that's all for today. Bye.